Hi guys, as you're getting ready to decide what you're gonna do, if you're gonna continue the course or not, this is just a quick tutorial video on how to calculate your grade. So it's pretty simple. Just search grade calculator, and I just clicked the first one that popped up. Here I have it open already. And then you look at our syllabus. Our syllabus has the breakdown for all the percentages of everything, right? So you just fill it in. Classwork, here I have it typed in already. Classwork is weight is 5%, online homework's 15, etc., etc. So far, these are the four things that we have, right? We're missing one more exam in the final exam. Now, the way the classwork and homework works is as long as you maintain that, as long as you continue to do it, whatever your percentage is, that's probably not going to change too much, unless you like stop doing your classwork or homework. So right now, just assume that you did everything. Classwork and homework is 100%. Just say, let's say you got a 85 on the first quiz. Now, this is going to change depending on how many quizzes you've taken. So whatever the average is, that's what you put in here. And then your exam one, whatever score you got. If you're not sure where to find all that stuff for your own personal scores, just go to the grades on Lamaku, and then for each category, just look up the percentage. That's what you input here. So classwork, 100%, that would go here. Here I don't have actual numbers because I'm not a student, but you'll have a number filled in here. My lab math homework, whatever percentage that is, that would go right here, etc. Okay, so if I just leave it like this and I calculate, this would be, it says I have 77%, which is a C plus. But this is a really deceptive grade. Um, Sometimes like depending on your course, they might display your current percentage, and that's what they're displaying. But this is actually not really indicative of where you really stand in the class because it's counting all these things as worth more than they really are in the end, since you're missing the last two categories. So what you should actually do is input those last two categories and their weights. In our case, that would be the exam two and the final. And then to kind of get a better sense of where you are, suppose that you get similar scores for exam two in the final as whatever you got in exam one, and then recalculate. So this gives you a better picture of where you really stand, and then what you need to get in order to improve to your target. So to figure out what you need to reach the target, this actually has a built-in function for that, which I'll get to in a second. Um, One kind of like easy way is just to fool around with these numbers and see where it takes you. And that'll kind of give you a sense. So it looks like if I get 60, then I'm basically at a C. At 69.8, I would round you up to a C. So yeah. Okay, so that's one way, just by trial and error. The other way is to just delete these again and just note, okay, I have 45% left in the class. So that's this task, and then put the grade that you're shooting for. Let's say I'm shooting for 80, which would be a B. Calculate, and then it'll tell you right here, average of 82.8 is needed for the remaining 45%, which would be the two exams, then with an 80. Or whatever score you input. Let's say I want to put 90. I think if I had 50 on exam one, I think it might be out of reach though. Let's see. Um yeah, see, it says it's not possible to get a grade of 90. That's because exam one, I put a low number. So if I change it to 60 or something, still not there actually. Oops. Okay, yeah. So there, that puts you within range, but it's probably difficult at that state, that point. Okay, so yeah, that's how you can check your grade and also kind of project where you might finish the class. Hope helps.